Ladies and gents, you beautiful people, I hope you all are having an amazing, beautiful day as always. And today we have a very interesting post from BioWare, or should I say from Christian Daly, the studio director. And this post is about Anthem 2.0. And yes, this might sound surprising to all of you, but for many of you that have been following the channel all the way from the beginning, you guys know that I used to upload some Anthem gameplay, some Anthem builds. If you guys do enjoy the video, and only if you do, a like and a sub really does help me out a lot and is very, very appreciated. And guys, keep in mind, we have some beautiful content on the way, so don't forget that bell notification button so you don't miss anything. And thank you once again for all the amazing support. Now let's not waste time, jump right into it. Check out this post, and at the end of the video I will let you guys know my thoughts on Anthem and its future. He says, "Hello friends, here we are again with the next Anthem blog. Better late than never. Really excited to share a glimpse into the thoughts and ideas behind the great work the team has been exploring. I hope this finds you well and everyone is staying safe. As discussed on Twitter, this blog will focus around the ideas being tested with the Javelin gameplay, builds, and skill trees. The design team, with your feedback, has put together what we feel are the main opportunities for improvement with the current systems and the high-level goals we're experimenting with." Side note, the picture above is not a Star Destroyer, but an actual skill tree in Frostbite. Yeah, right here you guys can see the skill tree, which looks pretty crazy. And then he goes on, "Please remember, the ideas, mockups, and direction are all work in progress. We are testing and exploring ideas that we are excited to share with you for your feedback, but things can and usually do change." Let's start with Javelin gameplay and builds. As we've spent time engaging with all of you and evidently playing the game, we've seen and heard a common theme. Anthem doesn't offer satisfying Javelin builds. Just before I go on, guys, this is true, right? There were some things you could do with the Javelins, but none of those actually felt like builds. There was just not many options. Maybe one or two that were actually worth trying, and after that, there was just nothing there. So I'm happy to see they're working on this. We want to improve this too, so we're excited to hear what you think about the changes we're trialing around the concept of builds. Choice and experimentation in your loadout. All items are categorized to one of the 11 available equipment slots. Weapons are either primary or secondary, allowing distinctiveness in their role. Mods and artifact slots replace components. Manage equipment and abilities in your loadout screen. Okay, these changes right here are already very, very good. These are such simple things that should have been there from the beginning. It was obvious they messed up. It was obvious the game wasn't ready. But once again, these changes are better late than never, right? And if the game comes back and this works, it's just going to be phenomenal. Right here we have a picture, guys, on how all of this is going to change. You can see some kind of abilities and mods over here. Heavy X, frag grenade, seeker missile. This looks promising, guys. And then you probably see all your stats over here, which is also a way more better and cleaner setup than what it used to be. Reliably create builds. Abilities are unlocks, not drops. Okay, this is perfect. I haven't read this, by the way. This is the first time I'm going through this. Having abilities as unlockables instead of just trying to farm them is really, really cool. I like that. Now, previously, we pretty much had to find all the abilities. I wouldn't have an issue with that if there was only one or two abilities we needed to find, but literally just farming all those abilities, especially with the whole broken system the game had, it was just impossible. It was just too broken, and I'm happy to see this is also changing. Play with abilities you want when you want. Empower your abilities by equipping them with mods. Builds are defined by synergies of specializations, abilities, and equipment. Inscriptions improve build synergies but are no longer the primary factor. So this reminds me of Destiny, to be honest. Like, they're having mods to make your abilities different, or just to empower them, as they say right here. We have the Heavy X, and then you see the mods right here, the ability mods that I'm guessing will change how this ability works in general, and there's quite a few of them. Once again, a step in the good direction. This will give players the ability to customize their javelins the way they want. Provide choice and progression through skill trees. Okay. Each javelin can level up, awarding skill points. That's good. Skill points can be spent to unlock abilities, passives, and stat boosts. Each specialization has its own advanced skill tree, and then they show off this skill tree right here. This is the ranger, as it says right there, and then you have 3 kind of subclasses, I'm guessing, and you see the skill trees right here. If you compare it, for example, to the Destiny skill trees, when you have the subclasses right there, just so small, you can literally just make no changes. All you can pretty much do is pick a subclass and then just adjust the jump and the grenade and so on. But in this case, you have subclasses, and then I'm guessing when you level up, you invest points in different the abilities we have over here, which is already in a way better compared to Destiny. So compared to that, this is bigger than that, but for me personally, I feel like skill trees should be even bigger. Like Outriders has a really good way of showcasing the skill trees. They look way more massive than these, but once again, this is a step in a good direction. Expand on fantasy and playstyle of each Javelin. Javelins have access to multiple specializations that cater to different styles of gameplay. Each Javelin now wields a powerful artifact that can be customized. Then we have the picture of the artifact. Guessing these are kind of the mods, the way you can kind of customize these artifacts. I don't know what they do, obviously, but once again, the more we have, the better. So be it artifacts, skill trees, whatever the changes are, this game needed all of it, so I'm happy to see it. When considering how you grow and become more powerful in Anthem, we observed that pilot level isn't a satisfying measure of your progress. So we set out to answer the question, what would it look like for freelancers to become more skillful at piloting each Javelin? We've been exploring the idea of Javelin experience and levels which allow you to permanently unlock abilities for your Javelin that you can then customize further with mods. We're currently testing these ideas. A new skill tree system. In this system, each Javelin would have a basic skill tree where all the baseline abilities, passives, triggered abilities, and a stat boost for your Javelin can be unlocked. And then they show off Ranger once again. What can I say? All of this looks interesting, man, but until we get our hands on the game, it's really hard to judge. We would like you to be able to focus on the specific style of gameplay you like best about your Javelin. So after the basic tree is completed, we're also testing the concept of specializations. Each specialization would have an advanced skill tree where you'll unlock specialization specific abilities, upgrades, and more. Oh, okay. Now, you guys remember just a minute ago, I was saying that this skill tree is a bit better than the Destiny one, but for me, it doesn't really look that much bigger. Now this right here, ladies and gents, woo, this is a different story. Just look at that. We have even more abilities and even more ways to customize our characters. And now I'm getting a bit hyped. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this one right here. So not only do you have the first part, you have the second part. I see a lot of abilities, I see a lot of passives, I see a lot of badass Javelins, especially mine, flying around the skies and absolutely annihilating everything. Yeah, what can I say? I am getting hyped already. And as mentioned, I know a lot of people hate the game. I wasn't happy the way it launched as well, but I always love to see the comebacks, man, and I hope this is one of them. What is an artifact? We've heard from you that components feel like nothing more than stat modifiers. With that in mind, we're also experimenting with a new artifact system to replace them. Artifacts are pieces of super-powered tech that set your Javelin and Freelancer apart. Each Javelin type would have a distinct artifact catering towards its class fantasy. For instance, your Ranger's rocket pod would be upgraded into the Skyfell Launcher artifact, a pair of back-mounted pods that transform into powerful rocket launchers. I mean, the more rocket launchers, the more deadly seeking missiles we have, the better. I don't mind that at all. These artifacts would change in appearance depending on what parts you equip. There's also an opportunity to allow for more interesting decision making. The parts you equip would contribute to a powerful passive ability generated by the artifact. Okay, so as you upgrade it, you will also get a very powerful passive ability, which is very good. More customization. I love it. And then they show off the artifact right here. So from what I'm gathering so far, they're just trying to add as much customization as possible, because that was non-existent pretty much when the game launched. It was not there. Okay, and then he finishes off with a thank you. I wanted to close with a thank you to the community for being engaged and providing constructive conversations and feedback on social media. We can't respond to everything, but we do see you and appreciate all the feedback you provide. Thank you for your input and patience. I always felt like the idea of the game had a lot of potential, and I still do. I always felt like the bones on which the game was built was very, very good, but it just never managed to show its full potential, which really broke my heart, because the whole Javelin idea, the idea of being Iron Man pretty much, flying around and slaying monsters, and I gotta say, slaying them in style, was just amazing. But they never managed to deliver, the game failed, and we all know where it is right now. However, there has been a lot of instances in the gaming industry where such games have made a comeback, and that is what I'm hoping for. I know a lot of people are like, hey man, just let the game die, man. And I never understand that negative energy, okay? Like, the game is in a bad spot already. So what can happen that would make it worse? Absolutely nothing, right? Why do you want it to die? Let's focus on the stuff that they're talking right here, and let's hope for the comeback. Because if it does, we're just gonna have another cool game to have fun with, and I see zero issues with that. I'll tell you even more. I would be very happy about that, because the more aliens we get to kill, especially when I'll be sitting in a badass suit flying around and just slicing them, yeah, I'll be happy with that any day. So there you go, guys. I felt like this is a very interesting post, so I wanted to share it with all of you. As you guys know, as mentioned, I did upload and cover the game back when it was at least worth trying out, I guess, at the beginning, but then it was just unplayable pretty much. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh, I hope the game is gonna die. No, I definitely don't hope so. What I do want to see is them to make a comeback, because the more games we have, the more fun it is. So stop that negative energy, focus on the positive energy. Let's see a comeback here, okay? Let's see BioWare just surprise us with the Anthem 2.0, so we can just, you know, jump into our beautiful javelins and just take over the skies and just slay some aliens. I don't see anything wrong with that. And if Anthem does come back, you guys be ready for some badass builds. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, a like and a sub really does help me out a lot and is very, very appreciated. Thank you once again for all the amazing support. I appreciate every single one of you. And as always, have a crazy, beautiful day.